Andres Bonifacio formed a more extreme organization called the Katipunan. In August 1896, they began a revolution. Jose Rizal was accused of supporting the revolution. Although he did not and he was executed on 13 December 1896. Yet, his execution merely inflamed Filipino opinion and the revolution grew. In 1935, the Philippines were a new commonwealth and were semi-independent. Manuel Quezon became president. The USA promised that the Philippines would become completely independent in 1945. The war between American forces in Manila and the Filipino began on 4th February 1899. The Filipino-American War lasted until 1902 when Aguinaldo was captured. However, in December 1941, Japanese attacked the U.S. fleet at Pearl Harbor. On 10 December 1941, Japanese troops invaded the Philippines. They captured Manila on 2 January 1941. By 6 May 1942, all of the Philippines were in Japanese hands. Today, the Philippines is still poor, but things are changing rapidly. After the Philippines economy grew at about 6% a year, it is rapidly industrializing and growing more prosperous. In 1872, there was a rebellion in Cavite, but it was quickly crushed. However, nationalist films continues to grow, helped by a writer named Jose Rizal. 1861 to 1896, he wrote two novels, No Limitang Here, Touch Me Not, and El Filiberismo, The Filiberisore, which sparked the fire of nationalism. In 1892, Jose Rizal founded a movement called RHEA Filipino, which called for reform rather than revolution. As a result, Rizal was arrested and exiled to Dapitan on Mindanao. Then, in 1898, came the war between the USA and Spain. On 30 April 1898, the Americans defeated the Spanish fleet in Manila Bay. Meanwhile, Filipino revolutionaries surrounded Manila. Their leader, Emilio Aguinaldo, declared the Philippines independent on 12 June. However, as part of the peace treaty, Spain ceded the Philippines to the USA. The Americans planned to take over. However, American troops returned to the Philippines in October 1944. They recaptured Manila in February 1945. The Philippines is named after the King Philip II of Spain, 1556 to 1598. It was a Spanish colony for over 300 years. The Spaniards did not gain a foothold in the Philippines until 1565 when Miguel Lopez de Legazpi led an expedition which built a fort in Cebu. Later, in 1571, the Spaniards landed in Luzon. Here is a field city of Extremibus later called Manila, which became the capital of the Philippines. Spanish conquistador marches inland and conquered Luzon. They created a feudal system, Spaniard-owned was and states works by Filipinos. The year passed uneventfully in the Philippines until in 1762 the British began in Manila. They held it for 2 years, but they handed it back in 1764 under the term of the Treaty of Paris signed in 1763. Then in 1521, Fernandez Magellan sailed across the Pacific. He landed in the Philippines and claimed them for Spain. Magellan baptized a chief called Humabo in hope to make him a puppet ruler on behalf of the Spanish crown. Magellan demanded that the other chief submit to Humabo, but one chief named Lapu-Lapu refused. Magellan led a force to crush him. However, the Spanish soldiers were scattered and Magellan was killed. Then in 1980, opposition leader Genus Aquino went into exile in the USA. When he returned on 21 August 1983, he was shot. Aquino became a martyr and Filipinos were enraged by his murder. In February 1986, Marcos called an election. The opposition united behind Cory Aquino, the widow of Benigno. Marcos claimed victory, a clear case of electoral fraud. Cory Aquino also claimed victory and ordinary Filipino to talk to show her support for her. The followers of Marcos deserted him and he opposed the inevitable and went into exile. On 21 September 1972, Marcos declared martial law. He imposed a curfew, suspended Congress, and arrested opposition leaders. In 1992, Fidel Ramos became president. He improved the infrastructure in the Philippines, including the electricity supply. Industry was privatized and the economy began to grow more rapidly. However, at the end of 1990s, the Philippines economy entered a crisis. Meanwhile, in 1998, Jose Estrada, known as ERAP, became president. Estrada was accused of corruption and he was impeached in November 2000. Estrada was not convicted. Nevertheless, people demonstrated against